shalom to you. How y'all doing? You actually have the Two of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the Hierophant. So these three cards right here for you represent how, so basically this really represents how you trust yourself a lot more now. You trust your own instincts. And because once again, you know what it is that you're looking for. And so you understand that pretty much you're looking for a relationship, and a relationship where you can actually trust people. And so what goes on here with that is that you also understand that when people are not moving in a way that is conducive to a relationship, you're aware of it. You can see it. You know what it looks like. And you know you have to trust yourself. You know it's the best thing for you to trust yourself, because if you don't, you would end up like yourself in the past. So there's this sense of you basically learning to take your own thoughts into consideration, right? You know, a lot of the times we miss the signs when it's time for us to exit. It's only until we build up experience and what they actually do, which are warning signs essentially to stay out, is when we understand, right? When we lack the experience, all we go upon is the lack of experience until we start getting some. And so the thing about it is that the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords right here represents, and see, this is what I'm talking about. The Hierophant is about listening to yourself, like I was talking about, right? The Queen of Pentacles is about how you have value that you bring to the table. But the Two of Wands represent how a lot of people are not really ready for it. This is what I'm talking about. So the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Swords here represents, again, relationships just can't be offered willy-nilly just like that. It really does have to be in a specific way. Person has to be willing to allow themselves to be open to love, right? The majority of the times people are not really doing that. They're doing it as they're really trying to defend themselves because they don't want to, they so concentrating on what could happen. They don't want to open themselves up for love, the real thing, because they're so concentrated on woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? And then the other ones, the more nefarious ones, they use it as a come up. They use it as a way to kind of avert attention or distract people. That way they can use them, right? So one of them is using it. One of them doesn't want to get into love because they use it as they use them being single as a defense because they don't want to risk anything. They don't want to put themselves out there. And then at the same time, people who use love as a come up, they'll say that they want love, but not actually, because they look at social interactions as a come up. They look at social interactions as a way to basically social climb. And so the thing about it is that for you, you know when that is. You're learning what that looks like. You know what that looks like. It's just a matter of you learning to trust yourself when you see it, knowing and being able to say to yourself, this is the last time that you hang out with this person. You're going to go along to get along. You're going to go along to get along and feed into this person's delusions of grandeur, right? But you are not going to take them seriously in the sense that you will actually do what they want you to do. So there's a whole lot of you knowing when it's time for you to actually walk away from a person. When is the last time you and a person are going to hang out? And those people are ultimately really going to be surprised by that, because the thing is that they would have thought that they got you hook, line, and sinker, right? They would have reeled you in, but not really. And so the things that the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Cups here for you, it also speaks about, so this is preparation. This is you like making the adjustments. This is you making the notes like, okay, you know, you got to listen to yourself. You know, you have to understand when is the last time a person and you are going to like hang out. Can't hang out with a person all the time, blah, 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 blah. You got to know what type of time it is. And so the thing is that the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups here for you Geminis, once again, represents how, sorry, not you Geminis, excuse me. Sorry, I'm thinking so far ahead, excuse me. So the point that I'm trying to make here is the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups here represents you have options, right? And it's a very unfortunate thing that people don't perceive themselves as having options. They think that they're caught up, and they're not. Because what sometimes people will do is people will be like, okay, the ones who watch my videos, subscribers, non-subscribers, they'll go, well, what options are you talking about? You have options. You just don't understand or see that you have options. You can speak to people whom you have access to, people on the street, people who you can talk to people, you know, go online, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp. Well, no, you kind of need numbers, but Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you can explore, you can talk to people, you can reach out, you know what I'm saying? You can actually, this is why it's called social media, for you to be social and sociable. And so the thing about it is that, right, a lot of times people don't really perceive themselves as having like options. They don't really understand that they have options. Even when they have someone that isn't a very good match for them, they can still always walk away. And so you are understanding that you have options, right? Not saying that you didn't before, but this is kind of like a refresher course because you're looking at options with a fresh new pair of eyes, right? That, you know, options is a real thing. You know, you can speak to other people. You can get to know other people. You can reach out. You know what I'm saying? You can, right? Go after a person, right? If they're not interested, or sometimes those people are interested, but they just don't, the two of y'all just don't end up together because they be worried about what their friends think. Truth be told, a lot of people make romantic decisions based upon what they think their friends are gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And because what have I been telling y'all? They spend so much time building up a persona that when they find someone that actually goes against, right, an adversary that goes against the persona and the philosophy that they live, that they want to indulge and interact with, they reject that because it's too challenging for the persona that they spent so much time building up. So this is why it is that you'll have like a lot of the friends that'll make decisions, right? And so this is another catch-22 of it too. You really want to get to know people who have minds of their own, right? You want to have people who have their own ideas, because a lot of the times the friend groups, see, this is what I'm talking about. Right hand path people have run amok. This is right hand path stuff. The group think, the group talk, the having the group decide for you. That's right hand path. Left hand path is I gotta think for myself, being by myself, right? I can have a group, right? It's not to say that I don't have a group. By definition, being a part of something means I do have a group. But what do I really like? What is going on with me? What do I really like? I like skinny jeans. I like anime. I like wearing shirts like these. You know what I'm saying? I like my favorite color is blue. I like, you know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z. You know, Dragon Ball Z is my second favorite anime. My first favorite anime is Bleach. Dragon Ball Z is my second. You know, stuff like that. So who am I, right? Like finding out, getting in touch with you, right? I once did a study on vampires and if vampires really did exist. Stuff like that. And so what happens is that's what I'm trying to say here is the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups represent that you have options, okay? And that you going out and talking to people creates the process of elimination in on itself. Furthermore, kind of giving you more game, because a lot of people are going to be heavily influenced by their friends anyway. And so the things that the sun card here represents how the people who are real individuals or people who are running game, they're going to be the ones to gravitate to you. And it's a 50-50 split. They're either running game, well, I say it's really a 30 split, a 30-30, like a 33-33-33 split. It's either they're running game, they're gonna get scared when a relationship starts to form, or they're being real, right? But longevity makes individuals who are running scared bow out. So then it becomes a 50-50 split of they're either running game or they're being serious. And so the things that the sun card here for you represents how the sun card is this brand new level of consciousness, right? This enlightenment, which is true, this brand new level of consciousness. You actually feel good about where you are, right? You know, just because you got rid of one individual who was a goofball doesn't mean that you got to get rid of everybody. You know what I'm saying? It just means that you got rid of and stopped talking to the person who turned out to be a goofball. That's all that is. And so the situation with that is the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Wands here for you represent how, you know, the Ace of Swords is really about how the wonderful opportunities that you have coming in to not only for yourself specifically, privately, but also you to get to know other people. The Ace of Swords is a savant. The Ace of Swords is a socialite. You know what I mean? It's a person who communicates. Because remember, swords is not just about like, oh, swords is also about words, and like, so a lot of words being exchanged, right? The Ace of Swords being good with talking, good with speech, having conversations, right? So a lot of you are going to have a lot more conversations that y'all just need to relax and enjoy yourself. Things are good. And a lot of you are realizing yourselves, coming to the realization that things are a lot better than what you think they are, even still. The Ten of Swords here is really about how you're in a place where Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands right here represents how are you in, you know what I mean? Like you got away from everybody that was bringing you down. You're good. You feel me? And then with you having a chance to communicate with all these individuals, you can just pick and choose whom you want to talk to. You know, if they're interested in you and they gravitate to you as well, you can just pick and choose who you want to talk to more. So let's clarify the Ace of Swords. You have the Eight of Wands, Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, and then, you have the Eight of Swords, excuse me, and then you also have the Knight of Pentacles. So these three cards right here for you represent how, again, things are going amazingly. Things are going amazingly for you. You're just reaching higher heights of consciousness, right? The world that you once perceived it is not as, we got to work and because you understand once, or you should understand that once again, you know, things are quite well, you know. See, a lot of the times people who, you know, who are complaining about this economy in that sense, and I'm not bagging on other people, they're really, I'm going to be real with you, they're really caught. They're really caught. They really don't really have another means of income. They're just caught. They're caught off guard. Flat. They're just caught off guard. This isn't even me like going at them or trying to make fun, because it's not funny. But this isn't even me making fun of them. They're just caught off guard. They don't have another stream of income. They need to build multiple streams of income. That's all that is. You know, 2 or more, you should be good. And so, once again, like, y'all have that. It's not just about the finances. It's about the fact that you get along. You can make a lane anywhere you go. Get along with a lot of different people. your life is good. And then on top of that too, you can do all of that without having to fall into the accoutrements of right hand path things, needing to be absorbed into the consciousness of the world in order to, you know what I'm saying, in order for that. Because that's what it is that they talking about when they say Leviathan. Leviathan is the collective unconscious, right? The Leviathan is the collective unconscious in one aspect, but Leviathan is also the what's trendy and the modern day group think tank, right? That we all come from Africa. We all that's not true. My family has no genetic African traits in them, right? Traced it back. I'm more related to King Ragnar or Viking Ragnar and King William than I'm related to, you know what I'm saying? So the facts, because I actually did the check, but trace my genealogy back. But the point that I'm trying to make here with you is you're doing just fine. And so just thank your lucky stars, just you have it so blessed to the point where just take time out of your day to really just be thankful for the fact that things are going amazing for you. Just take the time to really just observe how other people wish that they were in your shoes. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're approaching 30,000 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Peace.